Ever wondered how the sweet granulated sugar you use every day is produced from sugarcane juice? Indeed, the journey from field to table is a fascinating one. Sugar production is a process that has been refined over centuries, and it's an essential part of economies worldwide. From the sugarcane fields to the dining table, the process involves several intricate steps that ensure we get the best quality sugar. In this video, we'll take you through the entire journey of sugar production. We'll start with the harvesting of ripe sugarcane, followed by the extraction of the juice. We'll then move on to the purification of the juice, the concentration of the syrup, and finally, the crystallization process that forms the sugar we're all familiar with. We'll round off with the centrifugation and drying process, which are crucial to achieving the final product. Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating process of transforming sugarcane juice into the sugar we know and love. The journey of sugar begins in the fields, with the harvesting of sugarcane. This process is a delicate one, requiring both care and precision. The farmers, skilled in their craft, select the ripest canes, their experience guiding them to choose those that will yield the sweetest juice. The chosen sugarcane is then cut at the base, the leaves stripped away, leaving only the juicy, sugar-rich stalks. These stalks are collected in large bundles, ready to be transported to the processing plant. It's a race against time, as the sugarcane must be processed within 24 hours of being cut to ensure the highest sugar content. The transportation process is a vital link between the field and the factory, with trucks and carts loaded high with freshly cut sugarcane making their way to the plant. The hustle and bustle of activity signals the start of the next phase in the journey of sugar production. Once harvested, the sugarcane is ready for the next step, extraction. The harvested sugarcane now enters the extraction phase, where the sweet juice is separated from the fibrous material. This is achieved using modern machinery designed to effectively squeeze out the juice from the cane. Picture a giant mechanical press, applying just the right amount of pressure to extract the maximum amount of juice, without crushing the fibrous material into a pulp. This process is a delicate balance of force and precision, ensuring that every drop of sweet nectar is captured while preserving the structural integrity of the remaining fibrous residue. Now you might wonder, what happens to this fibrous residue? Well, it doesn't go to waste. In fact, it's used as biofuel, powering the very machines that extract the juice and even supplying energy to other parts of the factory. So you see, every part of the sugarcane is put to good use in this efficient and eco-friendly process. With the juice extracted, we can now move on to the purification process. The extracted juice is not yet sugar, it first needs to be purified. Let's dive into the purification process, a fascinating journey that transforms raw sugarcane juice into the sweet substance we know and love. To start off, the juice is treated to remove impurities. This is a crucial step, as sugarcane juice naturally contains various non-sugar components such as dirt, leaves, and other organic matter. This purification process, often referred to as defecation, involves heating the juice and adding a substance known as lime. This causes the impurities to coagulate, making them easier to remove. The juice then moves on to the clarification stage. Here, the juice is heated to a boil, causing the coagulated impurities, now known as mud, to sink to the bottom of the tank. The clear juice is then carefully drawn off from the top, leaving the mud behind. It's a delicate process, requiring meticulous attention to ensure only the pure juice is extracted, leaving all impurities behind. To further refine the juice, it undergoes a process known as decolorization. Here, activated charcoal is added to the juice, which helps to remove any remaining color and impurities, giving us a juice that's clear and ready for the next stage. Now that we have a clear juice, it's time to concentrate it into syrup. This process, which we'll cover in the next scene, brings us one step closer to the final product, the sweet crystalline sugar we enjoy in our daily lives. Transforming the purified juice into sugar involves concentration and crystallization. These steps are crucial in bringing us closer to the sweet, crystalline end product we all know and love. So how does this transformation occur? Let's dive in. First, the purified juice undergoes a process called evaporation. In this process, we're focusing on reducing its water content. You see, the juice is heated to a high temperature, causing the water to evaporate. The result? A much thicker, sweeter substance known as syrup. This syrup is quite concentrated, containing a high percentage of sugar. But it's still not quite sugar, not yet. We need to go through another key process, and that's crystallization. Crystallization is a fascinating process. It's where sugar begins to take on its familiar form. But how does it happen? Well, the concentrated syrup is cooled down. Now, you might be thinking, doesn't sugar dissolve in cool water? That's true. But remember, this isn't water we're dealing with. It's a super concentrated syrup. As the syrup cools, something magical happens. The sugar molecules start to join together. They form structures or crystals, and these crystals are the beginnings of our sugar. But the process isn't over just yet. These crystals are still swimming in a sea of syrup. They're surrounded by a sticky, sweet substance known as molasses. As delicious as molasses might be, it's not what we're after. We want the crystals, the pure, sweet sugar crystals. And so we come to the next step. It's time to separate these sugar crystals from the molasses. This separation is a vital part of the sugar-making process. It's what allows us to move from a sweet syrup to the granulated sugar that we use in our teas, our cakes, and our cookies. The sugar crystals are almost ready, but they still need to be separated from the molasses. Stay tuned to see how this is done as we continue our journey through the fascinating world of sugar production. The final steps in sugar production are centrifugation and drying. Our journey continues as we delve into the world of centrifugation. This is where the magic happens. The sugar crystals, now mixed in a syrupy concoction known as molasses, are spun at high speeds in a centrifuge. This action forces the molasses, being the denser substance, to the outer edge of the centrifuge, while the lighter sugar crystals remain in the center. The centrifugal force separates these two elements, leaving us with our desired product, the sugar crystals. But we're not quite done yet. These sugar crystals, though separated, are still damp from the molasses. They need to be dried out to prevent clumping and ensure a long shelf life. This is where the drying process comes into play. The damp sugar crystals are fed into a large dryer, a bit like a giant tumble dryer. The warm air inside the dryer evaporates the remaining moisture from the sugar. The crystals are tumbled around, ensuring an even drying process. The temperature and time are carefully controlled to prevent any caramelization or discoloration. And just like that, we have our sugar. It's now ready for packaging and distribution, making its way to your kitchen cabinets and into your morning cup of coffee. And there you have it. The journey of sugarcane juice to sugar is now complete. Producing sugar from sugarcane juice is a fascinating process, isn't it? We've journeyed from the fields where sugarcane is harvested, through the extraction of juice and its purification. We've observed the concentration of syrup and its crystallization, and finally the centrifugation and drying that gives us the sugar we know and love. It's a process that marries nature with modern technology, resulting in sweetness in every granule. Thank you for joining us on this sweet journey. We hope you found it enlightening.